Do you guys enjoy subliminal messaging that's not so subliminal? I do. So, anyway, on the weekend, I was invited to a very special event. Playcot requested that I partake in the testing of Clan Wars alongside them, and I did. And it was quite fun. And they've given me permission to talk a little bit about it, how I feel about it, and a little bit about what we can expect. I'm going to say right now, if you are one of the people that are part of the cult following of the old Clan Wars, it's very, very different. So, and personally, I'm not against that. I liked the new Clan Wars a lot more than the old Clan Wars. For those that weren't around in the time, the old Clan Wars was very, very time consuming. It was real time battling in the sense that players on the map were moving in real time. However, the battles played out the same as every other battle. Age of Magic does not have the capabilities of real time actual battling where two players are controlling the teams at the same time. It's all AI generated. So in that sense, that was still the same. You're versing an AI team, but the map was moving as the players moved, and you could cut people off, and it was a lot. The old Clan Wars was a lot, but people did love it, and who am I to judge? You loved it, you loved it. But we've got a new one coming up, and like I said, it's significantly different. And it may not be your cup of tea if you really, really love the old one. The new one is much more forgiving with time management. There is still a bit of time that will need to go into it, but compared to the old one, oh, I just felt like I could relax. I didn't feel pressured in any way. And it's bringing a lot of new stuff to the game. It's going to be really, really interesting. So let's talk about one of the new things that I really loved about the new Clan Wars. And that was breaking out of the norm of a team of 5. We didn't need to use a team of 5 heroes in this Clan Wars. There were nodes across the map. Some of the nodes required you to use a 3-character team. Some of them required the 5-character teams. And then some of them required a 6-character team. And I thought that was really interesting because it almost breaks the entire meta. We've never had to consider how to beat a team of 3 characters. It is going to create many new teams we need to discover, and many new teams we need to figure out how we can put on defense that are extremely strong. I don't know, for example, this is complete example, just going off the top of my head, putting a Siegfried on a team with let's go Ramfit. Siegfried. I'm showing my age. Let's go Ramfit. Ramfit with his instant taunt. Then you will go a heavy damage dealer. Almost like, you could almost say Theodore could be usable. A Ramfit, a Theodore, and I mean, you could just go 2 damage dealers because taking out a target super quickly. Remember, there's not that huge amount of support because you don't have 5 characters. If you take out a target real quickly, you are going to have a huge advantage. Huge advantage. So it's going to be very interesting. There is, the normal 5-man teams that we're all used to, and then there's the 6-man teams, which when we tested it, they had a few restrictions to it. But I don't want to say too much about that because that could completely change. I gave my feedback on it. I thought it was very interesting. I thought personally it could use a bit of improvement as well. So yeah, really loved that aspect of Clan Wars, having to figure out how to use teams that we've never used before. What else was very interesting about Clan Wars? It's not a real-time battle anymore. That's not how it's going to work. There's 2 stages, I believe, where there was when I tested it. There's a defense stage and then an attack phase. So in the defense stage, your clan is going to have to decide what teams they want to place in essentially their territory to defend. Using these heroes for defense is going to prevent you from using them in attack. So there's a lot of thought that needs to go into it, because if you're going to use Chaos Spawn, for example, which is one of the most powerful PvP teams, I don't think Clan Wars falls under the PvP banner. Even though it is technically PvP, PvP in a lot of these skills is considered for tournament and arena. So, yeah. So I don't think Chaos Spawn are going to be as strong as they are at the moment. But null and void. If you use the Chaos Spawn for defense, you're taking away that super powerful team that you could use for offense. But it works the same way. I mean, if it's on defense, the enemy has to fight that team to break through. So yeah, there's 2 stages. The first stage is defending. After that, after you've deployed your heroes, then you will move into the attack stage. And for those players that have played World of Warcraft, the new Clan Wars reminds me a lot of Alterac Valley, where you have a map, you start at one end, and you need to fight to the end to get to the boss. Doing so, you will capture certain structures, which are very important, and by capturing these, you're going to weaken the boss at the end. And it's a point-based system, so whoever earns the most points, whatever clan earns the most points along the way, is going to win. So yeah, it's like Alterac Valley. You put your defense down, then the other clan wipes through, see how far they can get. And as a WoW player, Alterac Valley was one of my absolute favorite PvP battlegrounds. So to see that kind of in Age of Magic, I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's a 2-mode or 2-phase game mode, and you're not ever really attacking the other clan at the same time as they're defending. Defense, attack, separate. What else can we mention about Clan Wars? What else can we mention? It has a very... Now, this is completely just on the paper kit side of it. Has a very interesting ranking system. So, in the previous Clan Wars, we had the ranking system where we had 3 tiers, 3 wheels. And if you won your battle, you would move up. If you lost your battle... Oh, no, sorry. It was... If you came above or below a certain ranking, you would stay or move up, or you would move down, which it was really good. It made sense the way it worked. The ranking situation in this game mode is going to be a little bit different, but I don't want to say too much about that because, like I said, that was on the paper kit, and a lot could change about that as well. In terms of how close Clan Wars is to being released, to me, the game mode looked very nice. There was a lot of stuff on the screen that was happening for testing sakes, but it almost looked like a completed game mode. I think there's a few things that need to be polished, and then they're going to take the feedback on board of what was said, and I don't know, maybe change some things. I personally believe there was some things that should be changed. I felt like it would make it more interesting. But yeah, it's completely up to them now. I think it is close, but I would hope end of year we see it. But in terms of what I liked the most, it was the time management. I just feel like I wasn't going to have to give my weekend away to play this game mode. There was still a lot of strategy involved in it. You're going to have to communicate a lot with your clan in terms of who's going to be putting what teams, where, and vice versa, who's going to be attacking in the next section. It is going to require communication. You're going to have to work with your clan, because if you all bust your teams on one node early on, you're not going to have them to use later on, and that's going to be really important because you are going after the most points. Other than that, I don't think I can say much more. But if you do have any questions, I'm not saying I can answer them. Leave a comment and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming soon. We all know it. It's not going to take 4 years like the old Clan Wars did. Oh my god, who remembers that? But personally, I do enjoy this one. I just think don't go into this expecting it to be like the old one. This is a completely new game mode, completely new visuals, completely new set of rules on how to win and how to compete in the game mode. So it's very interesting, and hopefully they do release some screenshots and little clips and teasers about it soon. I think that would really help the community get a bit more involved in it. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will answer it to the best of my ability if I can, and wherever you're on the world, until next time, please take care of yourself.